Start by getting your name.
My first name is Yi, and my last name is Xiong, Yi Xiong.
Is it Y?
Y-E-E.
Y-E-E-X-I-O-N-G.
Correct.
Okay. Tell me just how you ended up becoming a part of this.
Well, I was waiting at the airport for my cousin who got shot down a few days earlier. And then the CIA officer, his name is John, and that's all I know. Mr. John came to me, and he kind of wondering why we are gathering a lot of people there at the airport. So I kind of spoke English just a little bit, but he said, you speak good, and I want to talk to you. So after he know the information, and he said, I want you to come to work for me, and I want you to see me at my office. They call Sky at his office, at the Sky tomorrow 8 a.m. So I said, yes, I will be there. So next day I went up there and talked to him, and he said, I want you to be a control tower. So I said, I didn't know anything about telling the airplane to take off and landing. He said, no problem, I'll train you. So a few days later, he sent me to Bangkok and then had my training there 3 months. I came back and then I was a tower operator. And after that, and because the war was so hot, so I decided to get off the tower and then go fly with the Raven. So I went to the Raven and I got a little bit training on the Raven, and then I flew Raven from 71 to 75.
More than 1,000 times?
I flew, what I record when I got paid is 1,050 hours of 1,050 missions. But other than that, sometimes you don't even write. That's what I got in the book.
And what are you doing on these missions?
Well, we took off and we talked to, we have ground troops. So I will be main translator to the pilot. And we took off and we make a contact with the ground, and they tell me about the enemy position. And I direct the pilot there, and we circle overhead, and we look for the target that they described, and we found it, and we just said, get the bomber.
How dangerous was it for you? How often did you see or feel danger?
Well, to make a story long short, every mission is, you only know that mission you're going to come back.
So 1,050 times, you don't know for sure.
No.
How hard is that? Do you have a family at home at the time?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. How hard is it knowing, like, and also how much do you know about what the purpose is, why you're doing what you're doing? Have you heard from General Vang Pao, or have you heard from Americans what the mission is, or are you just kind of trusting John?
Well, I kind of have to trust the pilot. And he got all the briefing in the morning, and I just ride along and talk to ground troop and translate to him. So he talked to fighters, bombers from Thailand, the American Air Force. And then many times we divert the Air Force from, supposed to bomb Hanoi, but then bad weather, and they come back to Laos, and we have to direct them to a target in Laos. That's why we dropped 2 million tons of bomb in Laos, right?
Yeah. I could talk to you for a long, long time, but I want to abbreviate it. So I'm just going to ask, how did you end up coming to the United States?
After the aftermath of the war, I don't know that they're going to come to the United States. All I know is the American case officer happened to be Jerry Daniel. And he said, you got to get out of here. And I'm going to have a evacuation airplane there are only 2 airplanes that's going to be coming. So you got to get your family and get the F out of here as soon as you can. So I went to the airport. There were like thousands of people. I couldn't get on the airplane. So after the plane left, I took a taxi down to Capital and then crossed it to Thailand. And that's all I know. I don't know that what we're gonna do tomorrow. We don't know.
Did you end up in a refugee camp?
I ended up in a refugee camp in Thailand. Yeah.
Do you remember which one?
Yeah. Ended up in Nampong first, and then eventually moved to a different camp, Bang Vinai, and then I came to U.S. in December of 1975.
And with your whole family?
No, just me and my wife and kid.
Okay.
Yeah. One.
And did you settle immediately in Minnesota or somewhere else?
No, I came to Chicago.
Okay.
I came to Chicago, and then I eventually moved to Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and eventually I got a job here, so I moved to Minnesota for 20 years.
Again, I would love to talk way more about this, but for the sake of brevity, I'll just skip to this
Okay.
today.
Okay.
What does it mean to you to have your service to the United States, even if it was secret, have your service recognized finally?
Well, we never know that what we did over there was so secret. Okay? We just fight what we told. Americans said you do this and we do this. And I was recruited and trained by American, paid by American. My mission, if I was not work as American, they won't pay me. So somebody else, they mercenary people, they come and they gotta pay a lot of money. For me, I flew the Raven, one mission for 3 hours of mission. I flew 3 missions a day. I got paid $3 per mission. That's how I got paid. With my rank.
You're owed a lot, it feels like to me. You feel that way too?
Oh yeah. And today someone said, you guys are not part of American. That's what, why? Why would I was not a part of American? I worked directly with American. I flew directly to Americans. If he got shot down, I was shot down too. It's not like, okay, this mission is so dangerous, you go by yourself. No. I flew with the guy, we hunting artillery who shoot to a long chain every day. We're looking for 7 guns during his time, and I found 2, he found 5. And nobody would want to go with him. But I said, I don't care. I go with you. You die, I die.
We couldn't have done it without you.
No. I got 2 missions that they pulled me out from the Raven that is supposed to fly, and he flew solo to the front line. Both of them got killed when they have no backseater.
Right? You probably saved their life.
I told him, I told Evan tonight who pulled me out, I said, thank you for saving me. He said, no, the other way around. If you with him, he's not going to get shot down. But because I pulled you out, you were safe and he got killed. That's not your fault. I thought it was my fault that I didn't go with him.